Are we good? We're good, we're good. Grammatical explanation. The moment everybody has been waiting for has arrived. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, I'll write it down here. I'm going to tell you a story. This happened. This happened when I was 6. This happened when I was 6. My mom had taken me to the pool, yeah? Well, I would say my mom took me to the pool. To the swimming pool. My mom took me to the swimming pool, yeah? I had been behaving. I had been behaving badly recently. Before we went to the pool, yeah, I had been behaving badly quickly. I went with a friend. I encouraged him. Sorry about my handwriting. I encouraged him to go deeper and deeper. Do you remember this anecdote from my childhood? To go deeper and deeper. I began to draw. As I was fighting to survive, I thought, this is the end. I thought, this is the end. Then my mom appeared. She had been watching me. She saved my life. Okay, this is a little text that I'm going to use as an example to teach the tenses. This is a real anecdote from my childhood. My mom saved my life when I was 6. Have a look at these tenses. For example, here we have past simple. Past simple. Happened. I was 6. My mom took me. I went with a friend. I encouraged him. The past simple is the most important one when you tell a story in the past. I began to draw. I thought. And then here, what do we have? My mom appeared. She saved my life. So when you tell a story about the past, the most important verb is the past simple. The past simple, what does it do? The past simple narrates the main actions. Past simple, main actions. That is the most important tense when you tell a story about the past. Past simple, main actions. But there are other tenses, yeah? We're talking about specific actions in the past right now, yeah? All this is about specific actions in the past, not habits. And then what other tenses do we have? Have a look at this. As I was fighting to survive, here, let's take the red one, the green one. As I was fighting to survive, past continuous. Any other example of past continuous? No more, right? And on to Newton's not have been behaving. As I was fighting to survive. Okay, just one example of past continuous. As I was fighting to survive, okay, the past continuous is not as important as the past simple. The past continuous, what does it do? The past continuous is used to set the scene. To set the scene, or simply for continuous actions. Obviously in the past. So the most important one, past simple. And then to set the scene, past continuous. Set the scene, set the scene. And how about the past perfect? What is the purpose? What is the use of the past perfect? Can you find any examples of the past perfect in this text? Can you find any examples of the past perfect in this text? Well, it's actually past perfect continuous. Yeah? Past perfect continuous. Here we have an example. Let's take another color. Let's take blue. I had been, okay? I had been behaving badly recently. Another example of the past perfect or past perfect continuous.
She had been watching me.
Thank you very much. She had been watching me. So we can use the past perfect simple, or in this case, past perfect continuous. For what? What kind of past is that? The past perfect. Is it something that happened at the same time of the main events, later or earlier? We have three possibilities. Earlier, at the same time, or later? Earlier. So the past perfect is used for earlier. Earlier events. The meaning of earlier is that it happened more into the past. Yeah? More into the past. Farther in the past. Farther in the past. So remember this combination. Past simple, past continuous, and past perfect. That's the way you tell a story. And these are all specific events in the past. So far so good. Shall we continue? All of this is specific, guys. Yeah? Specific events in the past, not habitual. Yeah? Specific. Okay, let's go for the next page. Now, how about habitual actions in the past, or repeated? Repeated actions in the past. I'll give you an example. A sentence here. She used to have... Ooh, what happened there? She used to have longer hair. Another example, we used to visit my grandparents. We used to visit my grandparents, yeah, from time to time. From time to time. Again, here we have used to plus infinitive. Used to plus infinitive. What is this? This is used for repeated actions in the past. Repeated actions in the past. Okay. These two sentences, one of them refers to a repeated action in the past. The other one doesn't. Which one refers to a repeated action in the past? The first one or the second one? This is a repeated action in the past. We used to visit. What kind of verb is visit? Is it an action or a non-action verb? It's an action verb. To have. This is not an action verb. This is a non-action verb. So this is not a repeated action in the past. This is a repeated state or a state. Yeah? A state that, what's going on? Has changed. A state that has changed. Okay? So you can use used to for repeated actions in the past, as here, or used to with a non-action verb for a state that has changed. She used to have longer hair, not anymore. Okay, again, used to, the best translation in Spanish, solía. Okay, now, can I use would instead of used to? Is it possible? Let me do it. I'm going to write down would here with color red. We would visit my grandparents from time to time. Is that correct or incorrect?
Correct.
This is totally correct. So would can be used instead of used to. Yes, you can. And the meaning is the same. But would is more formal, okay? Would is more formal. How about here? She would have longer hair. Is that correct or incorrect?
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Why? Here is okay to use would instead of used to, and here it is not okay. Why not? It just sounds bad, yeah? The reason is would only with action verbs. Would with a non-action verb is not okay. Would is picky. Would only goes with action verbs. And not only that, would needs a time reference. In this case, from time to time. So would has requisites. Would only works with action verbs, and would needs a time reference. If you don't have a time reference or you don't have an action verb, then would is not okay. Only used to. Is that clear? So far so good? Excellent. Another page. Okay, past continuous. Imagine that there is something that is repeated in the past, repeated and annoying. An action which is repeated and annoying in the past. We can use always plus past continuous. Okay, I'm going to give you an example in Spanish, you give it to me in English. Ella siempre me estaba vacilando. How would you say that in English?
She was always annoying.
She was always... You don't, do you say vacilando anymore, teenagers?
Like,
Do you say that word in Spanish anymore, or you changed?
no.
You say it? I would say teasing. Yeah, teasing is fine. She was always teasing me. Again, what is this? This is past continuous. What is the past continuous? Here, was teasing. This is past continuous. Combined with always. And what is the use of this? Something which is repeated and annoying. Yeah, repeated action in the past and also annoying. She was always teasing me. Yeah, they were always doing this, they were always doing that. Combination of always and past continuous. Yeah, something annoying and repeated in the past. And finally, to finish the explanation, I'm going to give you 4 sentences now. 2 of them are correct, 2 of them are wrong. Black, please. I used to live in London. Sentence number 2. I'm used to it, okay. I would live in London. I'm going to give you more than 4. I'm used to living in London. I'm used to live in London. And then another one, I used to live in London. Number 1, I used to live in London. Is that correct or incorrect? This is correct. Used to, solía. I used to live in London. Repeated action or specific action in the past? Repeated, yeah, well, repeated state. State, more than an action. This is not an action, this is a state. Yeah, a state that has changed. I would live in London. Correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Correct or incorrect?
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Why? Because would only takes action verbs. Is this an action verb? No, it's not an action. It's not a physical action, it's a state. And there is no time reference. Yeah, when I was a child. Yeah? When I was a child. But especially because of this verb. This is non-action. This is a state. Yeah? Verbs can be divided into action verbs and state verbs. This is a state. Yeah? So, not okay. I'm used to living in London. Correct or incorrect? Correct. What is the meaning of I'm used to? Estoy acostumbrado. Be careful. Yeah? I'm used to living in London. Estoy acostumbrado. This is correct. And then I'm used to needs ing. Estoy acostumbrado. I'm used to needs ing. Number 4. I'm used to live in London. Correct or incorrect? This is incorrect. I'm used to needs, as I said before, ing. Number 5. I used to live in London. This is incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. How do you say estoy acostumbrado a vivir en Londres? This one. I'm used to living in London. Not this one, yeah? This is totally wrong. So, what do I want to teach you with this? Don't confuse. Used to, this used to means solía. With this, I'm used to means estoy acostumbrado. Be careful. This and this, yeah? Not the same. I used to, I'm used to. This is the end of the grammatical